Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Elida Fieldhouse for tonight's Division VII Girls State Semifinal game between the Columbus Grove Bulldogs and the Minster Wildcats. Hello, everyone. I'm Danny Holbrook alongside Nate Garlock and our entire WSN crew. Our pregame tips of the game tonight are brought to you by Northwest Ohio Recycling in Pandora, paying top dollar for aluminum, copper, brass, scrap iron, and scrap cars. Call 419-384-3392. Nate, what a game we've got tonight in Game 1. Columbus Grove comes in at 25-2, 7-1 in the Northwest Conference, led by the All-State guard, Lauren Moody.
Yeah, I mean, listen, when you talk about Lauren Moody and everything that she's been able to accomplish this season, it's just record after record and accomplishment after accomplishment. She's filling up the scorebooks and lighting it up week after week. She's averaging over 24 points a game. She is the catalyst for this Columbus Grove team. She's going to need help tonight, though. When you get down to the Final Four and you're in this environment and every game is going to be against a great team, it's going to have to take a full team effort, not just Lauren Moody, to get this game won for them tonight.
Minster comes in at 22-5, 6-3 in their conference. Their calling card is defense. They hold opponents to under 30 quite a few times this year.
Yeah, 9 times they've held teams under 30 for the season. Defense, 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 right? They're going to lock you down. They're going to make you earn every single point. This is a Minster team that got off to a slow start, right? They started off the season with 2 losses. They lost to St. Henry, lost to Marion Local. They have since been able to avenge those losses in a sense. On this tournament run, they've beat St. Henry, which was number 2 in the state ranked at the time. They beat Marion Local, who was number 4 in the state at that time as well. They continue to look better every single game. They are on an 8-game win streak right now, and they are trying to see if they can't punch their ticket to the championship match.
For the keys to the game, let's start with Minster. What do they need to do to get the win and move on to the state finals, and which is really strange to say state finals when we're seeing a game at the Elida Fieldhouse.
Yeah, I mean, look, being able to have a state semi in a high school gym, that's going to take some time for all of us to get used to. But if you're the Minster Wildcats, in order to come away with a victory tonight, ultimately, the key to this one is going to be your defensive pressure. You've got to find a way to get the ball out of Lauren Moody's hands. You cannot allow her to get going and to get you out of rhythm for what you do defensively. You've got to attack the boards. You've got to win the rebound. Do not give Columbus Grove second and third opportunities tonight.
And for Columbus Grove, Nate, if you think it's all Lauren Moody, you've not seen this team play. They've got some fantastic players. Nicole Nesby, the post player at 10 points a game, and the fabulous freshman in Aubrey Schrader at 9 points a game.
Yeah, Aubrey Schrader came off the bench. She had 10 points the game in their regional semifinal game. She's going to have the big one tonight. But for Columbus Grove, it's what we talked about just a few moments ago. It's going to have to be a full, complete team game tonight. They cannot stand around and get caught watching and trying to see what Lauren Moody can do. Now, the good thing about this Columbus Grove Bulldog team, the reason Lauren Moody can do the things that she does is because the other players on this team know their roles. They all fill them out so well. This is an unselfish team. I expect big games out of the rest of the girls here tonight to try to take some pressure off of Moody. If they can do that and they can find a way to disrupt this Minster defense, they're going to give themselves an excellent chance to win.
It's Columbus Grove, it's Minster. One team's going home while the other's going to play for a state championship. We'll have starting lineups and tip-off right after these messages on high school basketball, WSN. Welcome back to the Elida Fieldhouse for the Division VII Girls State Semifinal matchup between the Columbus Grove Bulldogs and the Minster Wildcats. Danny Holbrook, Nate Garlock from the famous Elida Fieldhouse. Our premier sponsor for Minster tonight is the Minster Bank, sponsoring the youth in our communities. And the presenting sponsor is Ultimate Outdoor. Bring resort-style living to your backyard every day with a luxury outdoor space by Ultimate Outdoor. And our presenting sponsor is Critton Aerial Application. Critton Aerial Application provides you with custom liquid and granular crop applications, all from our innovative drone systems. Videos and information on our Facebook page, Critton Aerial Applications. Let's take a look at the starting lineups tonight. For the Columbus Grove Bulldogs, they'll go number 2, Lauren Moody, a 5'7" senior at 23.8 a game. Number 5, Ruth Myers is a 5'2" junior at 2.1 a game. Number 14, Allison Thompson is a 5'8" junior guard, 5 points a game. Number 21, Kendall Paulty is a 5'9" junior at 6 points a game. And number 23, Nicole Nesby, go to the post. The 6-foot junior gets 10.2 a game. The Bulldogs come in 25-2, 7-1 in the league. Offensively, they average 60 points a game, and defensively, they give up 28 points a game. For the Minster Wildcats, they'll start number 4, Annie Hemmelgarn. They'll go number 5, Ava Stammen at 4.3 a game. Number 10, Reese Albers at 10.2 a game. Number 11, Addie Inskeep at 6.4 a game. And number 15, Sadie Niemeyer at 4.5 a game. So, Nate, Minster comes in 22-5 offensively, 43 points a game. Can they score with Columbus Grove? That's a big question.
Well, I don't know if that's necessarily what the concern is going to be, is if they can score with Columbus Grove, because if they're able to use that defense to slow Columbus Grove down, you know, it's a matter of whether or not they're going to be able to pull that average for Columbus Grove down to the range that they're comfortable with.
Yeah, and you take a look at Columbus Grove, Nate, and Kendall Paulty, and I had these girls against Crestview in the district final. What a game that was. Kendall Paulty was fantastic. Aubrey Schrader was fantastic. They've got size. They've got guard play. They've got it all. There's no surprise Columbus Grove's here in the state semifinals.
Oh, yeah, absolutely not. And when you have, I mean, look, this is a team that has been very close for the last couple of years, right? This was kind of this final hurdle. These girls have been playing together for years. They knew that this was the next step that they needed to take, but they're not happy just being here. They know that there are 2 more victories that they have to meet their ultimate goal. And with a team full of seniors, they have their eyes on that prize, and I expect them to come out here tonight and get off to a great start.
Yeah, and you just wonder how Minster's going to combat the All-State guard and Lauren Ochmoody. Nobody's really shut her down this year. She's averaging 24 points a game. But it's not only that, Nate. In the district final game at Crestview, she had 0 points at halftime, and she was so affecting the game because of the way she handles the ball and her rebounding and just leading the break. She's all-around guard. She's going to Finley next year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and she's had you don't accidentally have the career that she had, right? Like, there's a way that this stuff happens, and when you start being as good as Lauren has been for her career, you start becoming the focal point every time you go against a team. They know you're coming in, they know what you're expected to do, and then it's up to you to find ways to still be productive and to affect the game. And that is what she has done so well throughout her career. I don't see that changing here tonight.
Game 1, Columbus Grove and Minster. What a game this is going to be. And then game 2, my goodness, it just keeps getting better. We've got Ottoville and Fort Loramie. What a contest that's going to be.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that one. I mean, listen, I have always been a fan of Carla Siegels and the way she coaches and the teams that she puts on the floor year after year after year. You're looking at a program, and we'll talk more about it when we get into our pregame for that one. But this is a club that has a program that has 1,000 victories. The only team in Ohio to have 1,000 victories, and that is because of what Carla Siegel has done. That is going to be a fast-paced, up and down the court game. Can't wait for that one either.
So we are just about ready to tip this one off from the Elida Fieldhouse, the Division 7 girls state semifinal game. Nicole Nesby gets ready to jump for the Grove Bulldogs, and for Minster, it's Addie Inskeep, and Columbus Grove controls the ball. Paulty gets it over to Ochmoody. Ochmoody will be the primary ball handler for the Grove girls.
And I really do think that it's going to be really important for Columbus Grove to go off to a great start. And there's that defense from Minster right out of the bat.
There's Annie Hemmelgarn with the first steal of the game, and you're going to see that pressure all night for the Minster Wildcats. That's their calling card, is defense, defense, defense. They'll push it to the middle. Addie Inskeep with the ball. Swing it to the left side. They'll go back up top. Danny Holbrook, Nate Garlock from the Elida Fieldhouse.
And Columbus Groves have to be careful. If you saw in that first exchange, Minster was able to run a player right underneath the basket. The Wildcats missed that opportunity, but they are playing this zone pretty high up. And if they're not careful, they're going to get caught on that backside.
Stallman gets it over to number 15, Sadie Niemeyer. Sadie Niemeyer averages 5 points a game. Nobody really stands out offensively for this team, really, but it's all a contribution from all 5 players. There's a shot from the middle, goes up, board comes down, and Lauren Ochmoody brings it down for the Grove Bulldogs.
There are 2 opportunities on that time for Minster, but they couldn't get either one of them to go down. Great possession for the Bulldogs on defense.
This is Kendall Paulty. She'll swing it back across. She'll swing it over to Ruth Myers. Myers gets it over to Akmoudi. Akmoudi, a little trouble with the ball, and the ball gets knocked away, and Akmoudi grabs it. She's going to bring it down the right side. Boy, wherever she's at, Nate, they're going to find her.
Yeah, well, and this is what this Minster defense is. You see, they get their hands in there better than any team that you're going to see. They take chances. They're going to try tie up. This is a second steal. Columbus Grove still hasn't gotten a shot off. Here they come back down on the fast break.
Bucket is up, and it's good. Addie Inskeep knocks it in, and she's fouled, and she's going to go to the line for an old-fashioned three-point play. Our free throw sponsor tonight is Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Wapak, Delphos, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, home style happens here.
So Minster finally able to get the scoring underway. It was a great job running on that transition. They are going to try to do this all night long, turn defense into offense.
So first score of the game, 3-0 on the Hocker Drywalls and Plastering scoreboard. Hocker Drywall is our scoreboard sponsor tonight. Visit us at hockerdrywall.com to see how we can help you. Nicole Nesby, they tried to push it down to the block. It hits her hand and goes out of bounds, and it goes back to Minster. So not the start Grove wanted, and it's everything Minster wants because everything's starting on the defensive end heading towards transition.
Yeah, if you're Columbus Grove on offense, you just have to slow down a little bit. They're trying to force things. This Minster defense, we're going to talk about it through the entire game. It's going to be the theme. But they get their hands in there. They cause a lot of disruption. Grove just has to show some patience on offense.
There's a dribble drive on the baseline. Shot goes up, and it's blocked. And a nice job by Akmoudi blocking. And the foul's going to come down against Minster. You saw Nicole Nesby go up for the ball, and she was fouled down on the baseline.
Yeah, I mean, look, it was a great job on that possession coming in and being able to challenge there. This is what Columbus Grove's going to have to do. They're going to have to make sure that they come out, they challenge Minster, and they're showing just as tough a defense as the Wildcats.
6:26 in the first quarter. Minster leads 3-0 on the Hocker Drywall scoreboard. Here come the Grove Bulldogs. And you're right, Nate. The nerves have got to be over the top right now for these young ladies on both sides. And right now, the defensive prowess of Minster is paying dividends.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a jam-packed gym. Both of these fan bases are never going to not come out in support. It's a huge game. I mean, we got to remember, even though we're at the field house, this is a state semifinal.
The winner goes to the state championship, which is hard to believe. Allison Thompson, the ball got knocked out of her hands, and Kendall Pauldie will trigger the ball in front of the Minster bench. 3-0 as we go to the middle of the first quarter here from the Elida Fieldhouse. Grove, there's a dribble drive, the baseline, up and in. There you see number 24, Aubrey Schrader, the freshman, knocks it in, makes it 3-2 on the Hocker Drywall scoreboard.
It was a great job running the baseline, and she was able to get a little bit of space. Doesn't need a lot of room there, and a good finish at the rim.
Aubrey Schrader is so talented, the freshman. She doesn't play like a freshman, that's for sure. We talked to her coach a couple weeks ago on the radio, and he just raves about her game. Here comes the Minster Wildcats. They lead this one 3-2. They're swinging around the right side. They'll go middle, which they do on this offensive set. There's a turnover. It goes out of bounds, and it's going to go back to the Bulldogs. So a good break there for the Columbus Grove Bulldogs as they seem to have settled down here in the later stages of the first quarter.
Yeah, not a great pass on the entry there as they were trying to get something going towards the basket, but Columbus Grove had it covered perfectly, and nobody was open. I'm not quite sure what she saw, and she tried to put that one in.
Lauren Akmoudi guarded by number 4, Annie Hemmelgarn. Good matchup of two really athletic guards. And there you see Akmoudi go behind her back. She's so talented when she has the ball in her hands. She'll kick it to the side. Here goes Schrader with the dribble drive. She loses the ball out of bounds. And let's see who it's going to be. They're going to say Minster gets the ball back on there.
Yeah, just active hands yet again. Every time Columbus Grove is trying to drive to get in the lane, you're seeing Akmoudi getting swarmed. You saw 4 black jerseys go to her that time to try to cause disruption, and then Columbus Grove lost it back out of bounds.
Hemmelgarn brings the ball down the floor, and they get it to the right side. They'll bring it back up top. Columbus Grove in a little bit of a zone here. This is the first time they've thrown that out there, Nate.
Yeah, still a low-scoring game, right? 3-2 as we move through this one. Is a deep 3 on its way.
That's a long 3. Nicole Nesby brings it in. She rebounds the ball at the 3-point line, gets it out to Akmoudi. Akmoudi from the line, misses that shot. Rebound comes down, and the Minster Wildcats will control the ball.
So Columbus Grove was trying to see if maybe they couldn't get something on that run out. Maybe their best chance to get some scores along this defense. Great find underneath.
Yeah, number 5 for the Wildcats. That is Ava Stallman. Yeah, just 4.3 a game. She's fouled on that. She'll go to the Lee's Famous Recipe free throw line for 2.
4 minutes left to go in quarter 1. Minster with the 1-point lead, looking to extend it here at the free throw line.
She will go first one on the way, and she misses that one. Beautiful looking shot there by Ava Stallman. Good form. Minster team, you're not going to worry about that. They are fundamentally sound, and they will play the kind of game that they need to. When I say that, I'm talking about defensively and offensively are very disciplined. Second shot's on the way, and it's good. Makes it 4-2 on the Hawker Drywall scoreboard.
Columbus Grove, it's been a while since they've seen a productive offensive set here, as Minster has been so disruptive. You got to think that it'd be a nice feeling here to be able to come back down and get some points.
Achmudi with a nice dribble drive, and it's blocked. Nicole Nesby grabs the ball and thought about taking the three. Schrader gets it back out top over to Paulty. Paulty dribble drives foul line. She's going to kick it back out, and they'll try to get it into Nesby. She loses the ball, gets it over to Ruth Myers, and really discombobulated offensive set here for the Grove Bulldogs.
Yeah, well, but this is what they're going to have to face. Yeah. I mean, this is what Minster wants. They want you to be disjointed, confused, and hey, we have another steal.
There's another steal. Shot goes up, and it's good. A nice dribble drive there by Jenna Belcher as she knocks it in, and we've got our first timeout of the game. We've got a timeout here in the booth. You're watching high school basketball on WOSN. Tonight's three-point sponsor is Dale's Concrete. Call Dale's Concrete and Decorative Stamping in Leipzig for all your commercial and residential concrete needs. Our quarter sponsor tonight is Burke Petroleum, now offering propane for residential, farm, commercial, and industrial users. Burke Petroleum, dependable, available, 800-776-3097. So 6-2 here with 3:16 to go here in the first quarter. Grove Bulldogs down by 4. This is Achmudi with the ball. She gets it over to number 14. That's Allison Thompson. Thompson swings it, and there's a travel call, and it goes back to Minster. So all kinds of problems on the offensive end for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they're just really struggling with trying to find their rhythm and getting into their sets. And you got to credit that Minster defense for what they've been able to do here so far in this first quarter.
So a little bit of pressure here by the Grove Bulldogs as Minster brings it up to try to get it across the timeline. They get it over, and this is number 22, Kayla Schmeezing with the ball. She'll get it up top, and they will set the offense up. They'll get it over to Sadie Niemeyer. Niemeyer swings it across the right side. They'll go corner pocket, back down to the block, trying to go up against Nicole Nesby. Boy, Nicole Nesby really good defensively. She gets her hands up, and she can really wall up down the block.
Yeah, she's always done a great job down in the paint. She kind of owns that area, and you kind of come down at your own risk.
Absolutely. Sophie Dirksen now in the game for Minster. There's a shot from the right side, off the mark, and the rebound comes down, and it's brought down by Minster as they reset the offensive end.
Yeah, we've seen Minster give themselves a couple of different opportunities as that shot goes up. Can't connect on that second chance. Columbus Grove going to try to come down, see if they can't answer quickly.
Nesby with the ball gets it over to Achmudi. Achmudi dribble drive. She's at the top of the key, waiting on that screen from Nesby. And Achmudi lets a three fly, and it's off the mark. Rebound comes down and brought down by Schrader, and Schrader's going to get fouled. I'm telling you, Aubrey Schrader is everywhere on the offensive end.
Yeah, it's a big spot for them, too, because Lauren Achmudi obviously is going to be the focal point. She's getting a lot of attention. Now she's trying to put up those deep threes, maybe trying to soften that defense for Minster up a little bit. But somebody's got to be able to be down low. They got to fight for those extra chances. That's going to be Aubrey, and she was able to do it right there. Couldn't get it to go back in, but at least gives herself an opportunity at the free throw line.
She'll go to the Lee's Famous Recipe free throw line. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, home style happens here. So she misses the first one. So again, the drought continues for the Grove Bulldogs as they are having trouble scoring on the offensive end. Danny Holbrook, Nate Garlock from the Elida Fieldhouse. It's the state semifinal game. Game 1 here, 2 games tonight. Second one on the way, and that's off the mark, and rebound comes down, and Minster brings it in. Having a little trouble with that ball as Grove pressuring the ball up the floor, and they've got him boxed in at the timeline, but they get it across.
Minster did a nice job working through that pressure, but now they're going to lose it out of bounds. It'll be last touched by Achmudi, so it's going to stay with Minster.
And Jenna Belcher will trigger. Well, no, they're going to have somebody else inbounds it in yet for the Minster Wildcats. A lot of people here tonight for the Division 7, I want to say regionals, and I got to go. There's a steal by the Bulldogs. This is Kendall Paldy as she races down the floor, puts it up, misses the shot, and the ball's on the deck, and it's brought back down by Minster. Again, a empty possession for the Grove Bulldogs, and Minster taking advantage every chance they get.
Looked like a great opportunity for Columbus Grove, but Paulty not able to get that one to go down, and then an ill-advised pass going to lead to another turnover.
Yeah, this is Addie Inskeep. She swings it across to Jenna Belcher. Belcher gets it up top, and they'll bring it to Kayla Schmiesing. Goes to the middle of the floor, right side. Columbus Grove staying in that zone, forcing Minster to shoot the ball from the outside. Nice job by the Grove Bulldogs. Minster being very patient on the offensive end as the Grove fans come to their feet, applauding their effort.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Nice patient effort here. Gets a wide open look at three, but they can't finish. Fighting for the rebound.
And a big rebound there, and we've got a foul. And it looks to me like they're a held ball. I think you're right, yeah. We saw Annie Hemmelgarn rip the ball out of the Columbus Grove player's hands, and Coach Schrader wanted a foul, and they're going to call it a held ball. And that's, with the missed shot there, Nate, Columbus Grove did about 30, 45 seconds of really good defense. If that shot would have went in, that's really dejecting to a team. But there's a steal by Kendall Paulty, and here come the Grove Bulldogs.
Yeah, Kendall Paulty using that length that she has to her advantage, reaching up, taking that one down. Columbus Grove has to get something going on offense, and that is not going to help. That one is going to be last. No, they're going to change the call. Initially, they were going to give that back to Minster, but now it's going to stay with Columbus Grove.
Allison Thompson tried to put it down on the block to Nicole Nesby. Nicole Nesby had some really good position, and you see Minster's game plan of trying to force Columbus Grove completely out of the paint, and they're really doing a good job of forcing bad shots right now. So Paulty will trigger the ball and gets it into Nicole Nesby. This is Moody. She'll go back to Nesby as they got two on her backside, and they're going to say Nesby moved both feet, which she did.
Yeah, it was a good call by the official. She was right there, and Nesby wanted to try to do a quick touch pass back out beyond the perimeter, but just got a little bit of a mental mistake there, picked up her feet. It's going to go back to the Wildcats.
So here comes Minster on the offensive end. Not much scoring here in the first quarter as we come to the close of this one. Wildcats bring it down. This is Sadie Niemeyer, gets it over to the right side. There's a dribble drive. Thought about taking that shot. That's Jenna Belcher, and we're going to get a held ball, and a great job by Nesby of recognizing that Belcher had nowhere to go, so she just put her arms on the ball.
Yeah, Nesby right there to cut her off, and she got helped out by a teammate there on the trap, and Nesby just reaches in there, takes it away, and Columbus Grove going to get the basketball back.
Here come the Bulldogs hoping for something, anything right now. This is Moody. She's going to dribble drive. Double team. She throws it up, and the ball goes out of bounds. It'll go back to Minster, and that will do it for 1 quarter of play. From 1 quarter of play at the Elida Fieldhouse, the Minster Wildcats lead. You're watching high school basketball on WOSN. Our quarter sponsor tonight is Burke Petroleum, now offering propane for residential, farm, commercial, and industrial users. Burke Petroleum, dependable, available, 800-776-3097. Danny Holbrook, Nate Garlock from the Elida Fieldhouse in the Division 7 Girls State Semifinal game. A low-scoring affair, Nate, 6-2. Neither team seems to be able to get on track, but with Minster, it's the defensive calling card right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is really what we expected it to be. You talked right before tip-off about whether or not Minster was going to be able to score with Columbus Grove, but ultimately, we knew that we were going to be in for a defensive battle. That Minster defense holding this explosive Columbus Grove offense to just 2 points. Lauren Moody still trying to get herself going. We've seen some shots. They haven't been great. She's had to take deep threes, a little bit out of control when she's gotten to the rim a couple of different times. Columbus Grove is going to have to find ways to get her free and open.
That's a great point. Every time she gets the ball and goes to the rim, they're putting 2 players on her, doing a great job defensively, knowing exactly where she's at. Columbus Grove just needs to get on track on the offensive end. They're going to be okay. And with Minster, they're being very patient on the offensive end. They're not lighting it up either.
Yeah, and they're comfortable playing this type of game.
Exactly. That's a great point. Yep. I thought about taking 3 from the top of the key, and she'll back it up. This is number 15, Sadie Niemeyer. Swings it over to Kaylee Schmiesing. Schmiesing goes to the middle, takes the shot. She's fouled, and a great job there. So she was Sophia Dirksen, and she got her man a little bit in the air and just kind of pushed the ball up, and she's going to go to the line for 2.
Yeah, it was a great move by Dirksen to get herself a little bit closer to the basket. It was one of those ones where either she was going to have a great look at it or get fouled, and she ends up getting fouled and has 2 shots for it.
So Dirksen will go to the line. The Lee's Finish Recipe free throw line. First one on the way, and it's good. Makes it 7-2 on the Hawker Drywall scoreboard. 7-2 here in the second quarter, start of the second quarter. And the Second one just about to go in the air. There it goes, and it's good. So she knocks in 2. Makes it 8-2 on the Hucker Drive on the plastering scoreboard. So here comes Lauren Moody and the Dogs. He's got a screen out top by Nicole Nesby. Boy, when she lays the screens, you're going to feel that. They'll swing it around. Up top, this is Ruth Myers. And Myers loses the ball, and Minster, Johnny on the spot, gets another steal. And here come the Wildcats down the floor.
Columbus Grove just out of rhythm on offense right now. You saw they were trying to do a little bit of a weave, wanting to get the ball into Akmudi's hands to get her moving, and couldn't handle that pass. It's going to lead to another turnover. See if Minster can take advantage.
Nice high-low there by Minster. She misses the shot, and Ava Stammen got behind the defense, and she just missed the shot. A lucky break for the Grove Bulldogs.
I'll tell you what, when you finish a game with Minster, you're going to know that
you
were in a basketball game and that you were in a fight. As everything with Minster right now, when they're playing defense, is contact. It is hard. They are going after every single basketball right now.
You look at some of their key wins this year. They beat Ottoville 36-32. They beat Marion Local 32-29. There's Lauren Moody, a little floater in the middle. Just misses that one. Goes out of bounds. And who are they going to go back? They're going to give it back to Grove. So a good break there for the Grove Bulldogs. 8-2 here from the Elida Fieldhouse on the Hucker Drywall scoreboard. Danny Holbert, Nate Garlock, Division 7 girls state semifinals. There's a nice cut there by Schrader, and she scores. Aubrey Schrader, boy, when you need some help, she's always there. 8-4 on the Hucker Drywall scoreboard.
Yeah, and really it's 8-4 Minster, 8 Aubrey Schrader, 4 right now, as she has been the offense for Columbus Grove.
That's a great call there. So Minster will bring it down. And look at Columbus Grove and a little bit of 1-3-1 action here, taking away the middle. And here come the Minster Wildcats. No dribble drive, middle of the floor, and that ball's blocked. Here, and a loose ball on the floor, and the Grove Bulldogs, Allison Thompson lost it, and they get it back. Nicole Nesby brings it in. They'll go deep down the left side. Kendall Paldy with the ball, and they're looking for Moody. This is Schrader, goes back into Nesby. Nesby gets her man behind her, takes the shot, and she's fouled. Great job by Nicole Nesby of sealing her defender off. Goes up, and she's going to go 2 for the line.
Yeah, this entire possession started back on the defensive end, where you saw Kendall Palty make a nice play defensively, able to get that block. Allison Thompson came up with it. She goes to dribble up the floor, actually dribbled it off the back of the foot of Palty. Looked like maybe Columbus Grove was going to give that one back, but they did a nice job of recovering and ultimately ending up with Nesby at the free throw line, but she can't make her first.
So she's missing the first one, so Columbus Grove really struggling to put points on the scoreboard right now. Nicole Nesby's the line, and they've got to get her and Moody going, and I like the fact that they're posting her up and getting some easy looks. Second one on the way, and it's good. Makes it 8-5 on the Hucker Drywall scoreboard.
Finally, a little bit of momentum coming Columbus Grove's way. We'll see if that defense can continue to hold.
5:52, and there's a steal, a near steal. The ball gets poked away, and Minster gets it across the line. Boy, that would have been huge for the Grove Bulldogs with 5:52 to go here in the first quarter. As the Minster Wildcats get it down, he's going to dribble drive, steps inside the 3-line, misses the shot, rebound comes down, it's put back up, and there you see Addie Inskeep with a nice rebound for the Minster Wildcats to make it 10-5 on the Hucker Drywall scoreboard.
Columbus Grove going to try to come quick as Moody gets it up the floor, but decides to pull it back. Columbus Grove needs an answer here.
There's a nice drive by Moody as she splits the defenders and scores. That's what I'm talking about right there. The All-State guard gets on track, makes it 10-7 on the Hucker Drywall scoreboard.
And we almost have a steal on the inbounds as Columbus Grove putting their own defensive pressure on this one, but they're not able to save it from going out. Minster's going to keep possession.
Yeah, you get the feeling, Nate, that if Columbus Grove can get maybe back-to-back baskets, they can get in some rhythm here. But, boy, Minster just defensively all over the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And you see Columbus Grove playing really good man-to-man. They're forcing some shots. Not great looks by Minster. They just haven't been able to string together offensive possessions yet.
Abriana Wubker is in the game now for the Minster Wildcats. She just had the ball. And this is Ava Stammen, and she tries to go cross-court. They lose the ball, and they'll go into the corner and dribble drive, and the ball's on the floor, and there's everybody going for it, and it looks like we've got a held ball, and that's exactly what they're going to call. So a big break there for the Grove Bulldogs as they're down 10-7 with a chance to tie this game.
And now they're going to have that opportunity that we talked about, but there may be an injury on the floor first.
Yeah, we got an injury on the floor. We're going to step aside and take a timeout. We'll let the trainers take care of that young lady. You're watching high school basketball on WOSN. Back here at the Elida Fieldhouse as it's 10-7 here in the second quarter. The Minster Wildcats and the Columbus Grove Bulldogs in the Division 7 state semifinals, and the young lady was helped off the floor, and we could not get a number on her. We're trying to find out who that was, but they helped her off, and hopefully she's going to be okay and get back in this game. And there's a foul. Another call on the Grove Bulldogs, and they're going to say a hard screen was set out top.
Yeah, that's going to go against Nicole Nesby. It's going to be her first, or I believe that actually might be her second now, as she went up, set that moving screen. So the offensive foul goes against Columbus Grove. Minster going to get the ball right back.
Yeah, and so many turnovers in this game, Nate. And Columbus Grove, they get close, but it seems like Minster does a great job of keeping them at bay. And here Grove with a little bit of token pressure, trying to maybe speed the Minster Wildcats up a little bit.
Well, it continues to be the issue that we've seen this whole game, as Nesby just could pick up another foul. And she could possibly have just got her third, I believe. My stat book is always very unofficial.
Yeah, and from our vantage point, the scoreboard's really hard to see too. So, Nicole Nesby, boy, they've got to keep her in this game, and that was a big-time foul. You saw Coach Schrader put his hands on his head like, oh, no, Nicole, we got to have you in this game.
And Nesby staying in, so she's going to have to be careful. Doesn't want to pick up any more fouls here in this half.
Minster will trigger the ball in front of the Grove faithful here. They lead this one 10-7. Danny Holbrook, Nate Garlock from the Elida Fieldhouse. A chance to play in a state championship game. They'll play the winner of Game 2, Fort Loram and Ottoville, which, stick around, we'll have that one for you. It should be a fantastic game. But right now, we've got a 10-7 lead by the Minster Wildcats. There's a foul line jumper. Shot goes up. Ball comes down. It's rebounded, and Minster's going to get a second chance. And they've been owning the boards most of this game.
And when you got to think that a big reason why they were able to get the advantage on that rebound is that Nesby knew she had to be careful, so she couldn't be nearly as aggressive going for that board.
So here we go. Minster will reset the offense, and they are taking their time against that Grove zone pressure here. And the ball just out top of the key. And they'll take their time. They lead 10-7. Well, I thought that could have been a travel there. She moved. There's a three ball from the left side. It's off the mark. Rebound comes down to guess who? Aubrey Schrader. She's everywhere. Gets it over to Achmoody. Achmoody will bring it down. That's where the Grove Bulldogs will set up the offense, down 10-7.
Yeah, it looked like Minster was going to be content with running some score as the three ball goes up by Achmoody.
Misses that one. Here come the Minster Wildcats. They lead this one 10-7. Achmoody misses that shot. And we've seen her, struggle at times. The key for her is getting good shots, getting good looks. If I'm Coach Schrader, I'm telling her, we got to get to the line. We got to go to the rim. We've got to get some consistency, and we'll start at the foul line, just knocking down some shots.
Yeah, you think you'd want to start seeing Achmoody kind of getting into attack mode here and try to get herself to the rim, or at least to the free throw line. This is going to be an over in the back, so it's going to go back to Columbus Grove. But Minster is right now seems more than content with just trying to run clock right now. It doesn't really look like they're trying to do too much on offense.
It's almost like a four-corner stall kind of thing.
Even on that last possession where Smeezing took the three that was off the mark, I don't think that's what they were trying to do. No. She just realized, I'm so open, I better take this shot. And they were more than content with just letting the clock go.
Kendall Paldy triggers the ball into Nicole Nesby. Nicole Nesby out on the perimeter. She's being guarded out top by Addie Inskeep, and they get a 5-second call. Addie Inskeep was all over her, and that right there is Minster's specialty, defensive pressure.
Yeah, I don't have official numbers on turnovers right now, but Minster almost seems like every time Columbus Grove comes down the floor that you see a turnover, and now Minster wants to take the timeout.
There's a timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout on the booth. You're watching high school basketball on WOSN. Welcome back to Elida High School, the Elida Fieldhouse. Our premier sponsor tonight is the Minster Bank, sponsoring the youth in our communities. So 10-7 here in the middle of the second quarter. The Minster Wildcats continue that lead against the Columbus Grove Bulldogs. And there is a steal. Nicole Nesby ends up with it, gets it over to Achmoody. Achmoody down the floor to Paldy. Paldy puts it up left hand, scores. Here go the Grove girls. They're down 10-9. Finally, some good things happening in transition for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, beautiful transition game that time by Columbus Grove. The ball never even touched the floor. And great find by Achmoody to get Paldy underneath.
So 10-9 here, and the Columbus Grove Bulldogs at one time were down 8-2, and they've clawed their way back in this one. Minster being very patient on the offensive end. They've got the ball at the top. They'll go middle of the floor, which they've been using all night. Nice job of pushing the ball down to the block, and Achmoody with a big-time rebound as she goes down the floor, and she's going to be fouled back on the other end.
That's the Lauren Mooney we talked about that we needed to see, right? We needed to see that aggression. We needed to see her trying to get after it. And right there, she went up, ripped that rebound down, and got herself fouled.
Well, we saw her earlier in the game, Nate, when she did go to the rim, and she split those defenders and laid it in. Just a beautiful play. That's what I'd like to see more of from this young lady. And I think we are going to see that because she needs to get to the line to get on track.
Especially here with under 2 minutes left to go in the half. They're going to need Lauren Moody to kind of get herself back into that attack mode.
And Kendall Paldy gets the ball over to Nicole Nesby. Nicole Nesby goes back door to Kendall Paldy. A nice play there by the Bulldogs, but she just overthrows it. Boy, in theory, that worked because she got the back screen and she was headed towards the rim, and Nesby just threw it over her head.
Yeah, still a little surprised that Nesby's been out on the floor this whole time.
Yeah, me too.
She has those 3 fouls, but she's done a nice job at least keeping herself out of trouble so far.
No, I'm sure Coach Schrader's already told her, please, 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 we cannot have another one. And you see her backing off of the player when they go to the middle of the floor. Watching Nicole Nesby gives her a chance to turn around and face the basket. Here comes Minster on the right side of the floor. They try to push it in. There's another turnover, and Kendall Palty comes up with it for the Bulldogs. Gets it over to Nesby. They get it over to Aubrey Schrader. Schrader swings it to the left side, looking for Moody. And Moody with the ball on the left side gets it to the corner. Thought about taking the 3. She'll bring it back up top. They'll swing it over to Moody. Moody goes down low to Nesby. Nesby loses the ball on the post, and the Minster Wildcats come up with it.
Yeah, not a great pass by Moody that time. She threw it to the inside part of the lane when Nesby wanted it on the outside, led to that turnover.
There's a foul line jumper, and it's good. Minster upping that lead, and here come the Grove Bulldogs to try to answer.
Columbus Grove's going to have to keep this one close. We're starting to run short on time here in this first half. They like to get a little bit of momentum as they go into the locker room.
There's a 3 ball from the right side, and it's good. Number 14, Allison Thompson, knocks in the triple. Another Dale's concrete 3.
And that is exactly what Columbus Grove needed. We talked about wanting that momentum. They have tied this one at 12. 12
apiece here, and they are all tied up from the Elida Fieldhouse here in the second quarter. Danny Holbrook, Nate Garlock watching a dandy right now. There's a dribble drive, and the shot goes up. Everybody going for the rebound, and the Grove Bulldogs come up with it, but she stepped out of bounds. There you saw Aubrey Schrader as she just tried to hold that back foot up, but it came down out of bounds.
Yeah, she knew it right away, too. She was upset, disappointed that she couldn't keep her foot off the floor, as Columbus Grove was hoping to maybe be able to hold for the last shot. But now Minster, we've already seen they like to run the clock. And I got to think with 1 minute left to go here, they are more than willing to want to hold this entire possession.
Minster takes it out underneath their basket, almost loses the ball down, but a great job there by Allison Thompson of tying them up, and the ball's going to go back to the Grove Bulldogs. Allison Thompson, it's unbelievable how these girls recognize, oh, they're going to say it goes back to Minster, my bad, how they recognize when a young lady's in trouble. They put their hands on that ball, and they know there's no help coming.
Yeah, they don't hesitate.
No, they don't.
As soon as they see even a little bit of that basketball, they are going after it, trying to do the tie-up.
So Minster will take the ball out right in front of the Grove cheering section.
I think Minster's even confused.
Yeah.
They thought it was going to Grove. Minster, at some point, the officials are going to put the basketball down. It's up to Minster to be able to come and take it out.
Yeah, so Adiinski will inbounds it. There's a 3 ball from the right side, and it's good. They knock in the triple in a big-time 3. And that's how the first half ends, with Minster knocking down a 3. We'll have second half action right after these messages. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. It's halftime here at the Elida Fieldhouse. Danny Holbrook, Nate Garlock. The Minster Wildcats lead the Columbus Grove Bulldogs 15-12. Our halftime adjustment sponsor is Busher Electric. They are a full-service electrical contractor servicing the area communities for over 40 years. You can depend on Busher Electric for all your electrical needs. 15-12, Nate, the perfect score for Minster. This is exactly what they want. Columbus Grove loosened up a little bit later in the second quarter, but boy, they struggled on the offensive end.
Yeah, I mean, they really did, but you got to give them a lot of credit. They grinded it out. They turned the ball over a ton there in that first half, but finally started getting some positive things going in that second quarter. Finally got enough, tied it up at 12. A little bit of a dagger there at the end.
Oh, that was huge.
You do all that work, you get tied up, and then you think you have the basketball back. There was some confusion. Minster had it, and then a miscue on defense led to that wide open three, and that's where we stand at 15.
Yeah, and there was Minster didn't even realize they were supposed to take the ball and have the possession, so they run down. It was almost a kind of a jagged offensive set, and she just throws it up and knocks it in. More power to her because she made a nice play.
Yeah, I mean, look, a catch and shoot three at the buzzer at halftime in the state semifinal is always going to feel good, right?
Absolutely. It's 15-12 from the Elida Fieldhouse. When we come back, we'll have second half action right after these messages. It's halftime here at the Elida Fieldhouse. The Minster Wildcats lead the Elida Bulldogs 15-12. Danny Holbrook, Nate Garlock. Our third quarter sponsor tonight is Burke Petroleum, now offering propane for residential, farm, commercial, and industrial users. Burke Petroleum, dependable, available, 800-776-3097. You got to believe, Nate, that both these teams want to come out and get on a hot start and maybe put a few buckets in. At 15-12, like we said, Minster real happy, but Columbus Grove, they want to up that tempo.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, I agree with you. I would definitely think that both these teams would want to come out and score.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You're right. I definitely think that's a great
some analysis.
But, Columbus Grove obviously can't be happy with that offensive effort. They knew they were going to come up against a tough defense, but they also know that they can play better. All the turnovers, they have to protect the ball better. And really, Minster's kind of the same thing. They have to have better ball control. They turn the ball over too much as well. So both of these teams have to make sure that they have a renewed focus on just protecting the ball on offense, showing some patience, and letting it come to them instead of trying to force it into trouble.
So Columbus Grove will start out on the offensive end. This is Lauren Akmoudi. She was held to 2 points in the first half. And they'll try to push it down low and nearly lose the ball. Get it out top to Nicole Nesby. Nesby gets it over to Ruth Myers. Myers gets it to Akmoudi. Akmoudi guarded out top on the perimeter, trying to push her off of the line. And she's trying to look the ball down on the post to Nicole Nesby. Nesby's guarded by Addie Inskeep.
Nesby doing a nice job on the inside. Has to go somewhere else with it. She's going to find a good cut. They're going to kick that back out as Columbus Grove's trying to get things going here.
Akmoudi kicks it back out. She thought about taking the three, but she goes in the middle. There's a three ball from the left side, and it's good. Allison Thompson, we saw her knock one in the first half, and it's all tied up at 15 apiece from the Elida Fieldhouse.
And that is exactly how Columbus Grove needed to start a great patient possession on offense that ended with a wide open look at three that they buried.
You're right, Nate. They almost lost the ball, but they did not panic. You saw that in the first half. They really settled down in the middle of the second quarter, and they bring out their A game to start the third.
And they almost get a turnover right there.
There's a three ball from the right side by Minster. That's off the mark. And you saw what happened. Kendall Paldy stepped out of bounds but came back in to get the ball, and they say she was out of bounds.
Well, I think it wasn't so much that she was out, because I think her foot was out, but she never reestablished herself first prior to grabbing onto that one. So unfortunately right there, Paldy was almost in the right place at the right time. But Minster gets to keep it.
Minster gets a nice look there as we see them knock it in, and it makes it 17-15 on the Hawker Drywall scoreboard.
It was just a nice play on the inside, and then they get the turnover right away. This is what Columbus Grove can't afford to have happen.
6:25 to go here in the third quarter. Minster Wildcats lead this one 17-15. Back and forth battle all night. Columbus Grove has not led in this game one time tonight. Minster has took it from the beginning of the game, and still with a 2-point lead here with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, Minster's done a nice job. Every time that Columbus Grove has either tied this one up or gotten close, they found an answer. They've gotten turnovers. Here comes another three.
Three ball's good. There you see it. Knock it in from the right side. Makes it 20-15 on the Hawker Drywall scoreboard.
Nice shooting from the outside. Pretty much this whole game, they haven't tried to force too many of them. We've seen them have good ones. Good look on the inside. That one's going to go out of bounds. They'll stay with Columbus Grove.
But back to the Bulldogs.
Yeah, but Minster's doing a good job of just being patient offensively, not trying to force too many things, and they've been able to push this lead now out to 5.
So the Bulldogs will take it out. Kendall Paldy will trigger it in on the baseline. Looking for Nesby down low. She finds a cutting Bulldog to the middle of the floor. They lose the ball again, and it is back to the Minster Wildcats.
And then there's going to be a foul. This one, I believe, is going to go on Nesby. No, was that who they called that on?
I believe so. I thought that's who they said. Well, Maybe not.
Maybe not, because Nesby, she has the 3 fouls. That did not go on her. That one, I believe, actually went on Kendall Pulte. That was going to be her first.
We're seeing Reese Albers heat up a little bit here for the Minster Wildcats as she knocked in that 3 earlier in this quarter, and they've got to get out and guard her on the perimeter. She averages right around 10 points a game, so we know they're going to look for her, and they continue pushing the ball to the middle of the floor. This is Albers. There's another 3. It's up, and it's off the mark, and boy, if she'd have knocked that one down, the field house would have been rocking. Here comes Akmoudi right down the floor, and she is stopped right as she gets to the line. 3 ball from the right side, and it's good. Elise Fortman knocks in the triple. Another Dale Concrete 3, and here come the Grove Bulldogs down 20-18 on the Hawker Drywall scoreboard.
Big shot by Fortman there. Makes this a 2-point game, and now we're going to have a travel.
Yeah, I knew you were going to call that because you saw it just like I did.
And Kendall Pulte all fired up. You just saw her going out of bounds. She's going to trigger the inbound for Columbus Grove, but Columbus Grove trying to see some of this momentum.
And Akmoudi gets double teamed, and she's going to be fouled. And she's going to be fouled as soon as she comes across the timeline. That foul looks to go on Ava Stamen. And the Bulldogs will take it out in front of their, no, they take it out on the opposite side. And down 20-18 with just under 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, the Bulldogs still trying to get Akmoudi going. And that's one of the things. They're in this game just down 2. Lauren Akmoudi, though, only 2 points so far here on the night.
So you know they want to get her on track. And they'll get it out to Schrader. Schrader brings it across the timeline. The fabulous freshman goes behind her back, where she's been as advertised, a nice player. She dribble drives, finds a cutting Pulte. Pulte puts it up and she scores. Kendall Pulte knocks it in to make it 20-all on the Hawker Drywall scoreboard.
All tied up again. Last time it was 12-12, and then Minster able to knock down a 3 to end the first half. As Columbus Grove now looking to see if they can't get a defensive stop. They would love to be able to go down their next possession and take their first lead.
So one of these teams is going home. One of these teams is playing for a state championship. There's a nice dribble drive, and she goes to the middle, misses a shot, gets her own rebound, puts it back up, and she misses that one. Minster with another opportunity. They missed that shot, and a third opportunity for the Wildcats, excuse me.
And if you saw Nesby working on the inside, you got to imagine that some of these extra opportunities Minsters are getting is because she's not playing as aggressive. She knows she has those 3 fouls, cannot pick up a 4th. So instead of going up trying to maybe get position and ripping those down, she's just tipping them back, and Minster's been able to gather them in.
There's a dribble drive on the baseline, and they're going to get Akmoudi on the foul, and really got caught in a bad position because the Minster Wildcats had the ball right at the rim, and Akmoudi defending with her hands up.
Lauren Akmoudi picks up her first foul as Minster's going to go back to the free throw line.
Sophia Dirksen back to the Lee's Famous Recipe free throw line. This first one up, and it's good, and Minster leads 21-20 on the Hawker Drywall scoreboard.
Wildcats have shot well from the free throw line here tonight. They are now 4 of 5 from the line.
Second one is on the way, and it is off the mark, and there you see number 10, Reese Albers, gets the ball back. They get it to the middle of the floor. Shot goes up, and Minster continues to own the boards. But here come the Bulldogs, and this is Akmoudi bringing it down the floor.
Great job by Nesby there. She was able to get her hands on that one to get the rejection. And they tried to get it down to her on the inside, but she's going to be fouled.
Yeah, she's going to get a foul as she was going for the ball, and they'll trigger the ball underneath their basket. Looks like that foul was on, I believe. I can get a number here. Number 11 for the Minster Wildcats, Addie Inskeep. Addie Inskeep averages 6.5 points a game. And they get it into Akmoudi. Akmoudi up top. She's going to dribble drive, step back 3, and it's good. There you see Lauren Akmoudi with a big-time Dale's Concrete 3 ball. And it's 23-21 on the Hawker Drywall scoreboard. The Grove Bulldogs have their first lead of the night.
Great shot by Akmoudi. That's what you expected. We're going to have a turnover here. It's going to go back to Columbus Grove. All the momentum seems to be in favor of the Bulldogs.
Yeah, there's another turnover, and exactly what the Grove Bulldogs wanted. And you feel like if they can extend this lead, they can play. I think they'll play a little looser, and I believe Minster also, if they can get that lead anything above 4 to 5, 6 points.
Yeah, especially Akmoudi right now. That last shot, I think, really will help kind of open things up for her.
This is Kendall Pulte with the ball up top. Gets it up to Akmoudi. Akmoudi gets the screen, lets it fly, misses it. Nicole Nesby with a huge rebound, and she misses that shot. Here come the Minster Wildcats, down 23-21 with just under 3 minutes to go. They get it down low, and they score. Makes it 23 all on the Hawker Drywall scoreboard.
It only seems right that Allison Thompson may get credit for that assist as she raced up the floor quickly, was able to knock that one free, but ended up right in the hands of the Minster player who's able to put it in for two.
Sophia Dirksen knocked that in, and she's played so well tonight on both ends of the floor. Dirksen with the points. She's got 5 for the Wildcats. So Kendall Paldy will take the ball out right in front of the Columbus Grove bench. 2:50 to go here in the third quarter. Boy, emotions running through this game, Nate, knowing that you're one game away from playing for a state championship game, and it's such a tight, such a tight environment. 23 all in a packed house here from the Elida Fieldhouse.
Yeah, and you got to imagine that it's only going to get a little bit tighter. Nesby underneath loses that one. She's going to go out of bounds. It's going to go back to the Wildcats, but 2:40 left to go, tie game. You know that both of these teams are feeling the pressure.
Nesby got great position as they lobbed the ball in over top of the Minster defender, and she just loses the ball. Maybe got down a little too far. Minster will take it out on the Bulldog logo here. And there's a near steal there, and we're going to get a held ball. And a great job there of Kendall Palty. Again, that's about the third time we've seen that tonight from the Grove girls.
Yeah, Kendall Palty doing a great job going in and tying that one up. Yes, the possession stays with the Wildcats, but it does flip the arrow. So it was a great heads-up play by Kendall Palty.
Here comes Minster as they break it down. There's a steal, and there's Kendall Palty. Johnny on the spot, gets it over to Aubrey Schrader. Schrader brings it down the left side, gets it into Nicole Nesby, and she scores. Makes it 27-23 on the Hawker Drywall scoreboard. 25-23, excuse me. Got ahead of myself there, Nate.
Yeah, you got to love the heads-up play. Kendall Palty, yet again with another steal. She is playing so fantastic here tonight. She has at least 4 steals. She's been able to pick their pockets and has helped push this Columbus Grove team in front.
Akmoudi gets to Schrader. The shot goes up, and the ball comes back to Palty, and we're going to get a foul underneath the basket. And I don't believe there was no active shooting there, so they'll go back to the Bulldogs underneath the basket.
And that foul was going to go against Ava Stamen.
Looks like that is her first foul. Excuse me, her first foul, if I can read the scoreboard correct there.
Columbus Grove going to be able to inbound from underneath their own basket, playing with the lead for just the second time, looking to see if maybe they can extend it here.
They get it in, and they bring it up top. They'll go back inside to Nesby with a beautiful play off the throw-in. And the Grove Bulldogs lead this one 27-23 with 1:50 to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, it was just a beautiful set play by Columbus Grove, using the screen just to be able to get Nesby free.
And here comes Minster. The shot goes up, and off the mark. Rebound comes down, and Akmoudi with the rebound. She's going to lead the break right down the middle of the floor. Here comes Lauren Akmoudi. Tried to split the defenders, gets the ball back, and she scores. Lauren Akmoudi puts it in, and it's 29-23 with 1:25 to go in the third quarter.
That's one of those plays when you see it, you're like, there's just no way that that should work. But somehow Lauren Akmoudi, with the handles that she had, lost it, split it. She was able to it got kicked away, somehow got it back, and then hung in the air to get herself in a good position, squared up to get that off the back of the glass to extend this lead to 29-23.
There's a break on the floor. We're going to take a timeout here. You're watching high school basketball on WOSN. Our timeout sponsor tonight is brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. 29-23 here, Nate. The Columbus Grove Bulldogs, a terrific third quarter to take a 6-point lead.
Yeah, these last 2 minutes of gameplay have been big for Columbus Grove. They were finally able to take their first lead, and then ultimately they've pushed us out to a 2-possession game.
So here comes Minster trying to get back in this one as the third quarter winds away. And they led for most of this game, but have seen a surge from the Columbus Grove Bulldogs, and they've got a 6-point lead here with just under a minute to go in the third quarter.
We saw this kind of stalled offense from Minster in the first half as well, where we thought it was just more them just trying to kill clock, but that was a great play.
Yeah, I was going to say, nice high-low play there. Kendall Paldy gets it out to Akmoudi. Akmoudi dribble drives, takes it in, off the glass, and she's going to go to the line for 2. And there you see, she just does a great job of putting such pressure on the defense. I thought she was going to go straight to the rim. She went along to the right side a little bit and tried to float one in.
Well, that's what we wanted to see out of her in the first half. We talked about we needed to see Lauren Akmoudi start getting into attack mode, get herself to the rim, try to get something going, and just give this offense a boost. And we didn't really get that opportunity, but here we are late in this third quarter getting to see that out of her.
First one on the way from the Lee's Famous Recipe free throw line, and it's good. Makes it 30-23. Akmoudi's got 8. She's got 6 in the second half, or this third quarter, excuse me, and she's got another chance for another point for the Bulldogs. Tonight's presenting sponsor is Ultimate Outdoor, bringing resort-style living to your backyard every day with a luxury outdoor space by Ultimate Outdoor. Misses that one. Ball goes out of bounds, and the officials, they took a few seconds there to decide, and they're going to say it goes back to the Bulldogs. This is a huge break with 40 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. Columbus Grove in the midst of a 7-0 run right now that has gotten them this 30-23 lead in the final minute of the third quarter. And you know that they would love to just put this a little bit farther out before they go to the fourth.
Nesby with the ball down on the low post has to pick it up. She kind of lost it, gets it out to Palti. Palti dribble drives on the right side, spin around, finds Akmoudi from 3 land. It's off the mark, and the rebound comes down to the Wildcats.
Yeah, it was a good look by Akmoudi. That is well within her range. I know it's deep for a lot of other people, but she's very comfortable shooting it from there, just left it a little short.
Yeah, this is Jenna Belcher with the ball out top. They'll swing it up top. We're under 12 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Columbus Grove leads this one 30-23. Minster needing to get a shot off. Under 5, they get it down low and they score. And a great job there of getting the ball down to number 20, Sophia Dirksen, who's played a heck of a game for the Wildcats. And she's got a chance at an old-fashioned three-point play.
And somehow Dirksen was just left all alone on that lower block, and it was a great job. And she took that entry pass, didn't try to rush it, made sure she got it up, took that contact from behind. She'll have the opportunity for the and one.
So Dirksen with the ball. She's going to let this one fly. And it is off the mark. Rebound comes down. Minster with another opportunity. Dirksen from 3 land lets it fly. And it's good. Sophia Dirksen, 4 points to end the third quarter. After 3 quarters of play from the Elida Fieldhouse, the Columbus Grove Bulldogs lead the Minster Wildcats 30-28. We'll have fourth quarter action right after these messages. Our quarter sponsor tonight is Burke Petroleum, now offering propane for residential, farm, commercial, and industrial users. Burke Petroleum, dependable, available, 800-776-3097. So, Nate, Minster ends the third quarter the same way they ended the second quarter with a big-time 3, and they're right back in this one at 30-28.
Yeah, Columbus Grove went on a 7-0 run, but then to end that quarter, Minster a 5-0 run of their own. So they're back within a 1-possession game.
There's Akmoudi, little 12-footer off the mark. Rebound comes down. Here come the Wildcats as they run the break on the left side. They put it up. Shot goes up, and it's off the mark. Get the rebound, and another opportunity. 3 shots by the the Wildcats, and we got a foul. They are absolutely owning the offensive boards.
Yeah, we'll see who they give this foul on, as there's a couple of different Bulldog players down there. It is going to go on number 14. So that is Allison Thompson. That will be her second, I believe.
Reese Albers will go to the line, and she knocks in the first one from the Lee's Famous Recipe free throw line. Albers knocks that one in. She'll get another one here. Makes it 30-29 on the Hawker Drywall scoreboard. Second one on the way, and it's good. We're all knotted at 30 from the Elida Fieldhouse. Danny Holbrook, Nate Garlock, state semifinals, Division 7. Winner plays for a state title. Loser goes home. Akmoudi swings it over to Palti. Palti gets it over to Schrader. Schrader goes top side, and Nicole Nesby looking for help. They'll go left side. Nicole Nesby just falls or goes straight to the bucket and scores. Nice set play there by the Bulldogs. Makes it 32-30. And Minster trying to go down the floor. They threw it away, but she throws it off. A great job by number 10, Reese Albers, throwing it off of the Columbus Grove defender, and it goes back to Minster.
Yeah, heads up play that time for make sure that Minster was able to maintain that possession. These two teams so evenly matched, back and forth. Columbus Grove 7-0 run. Minster answers it with their own 7-0 run, and then Columbus Grove breaks that with that last made basket by Nesby. This continues to be a back-and-forth, punch-for-punch game.
Reese Albers went to the corner there, thought she was going to take the three, but she twirls around, throws it back out. Minster will reset the offensive side. They're down 32-30 with just about 6:50 to go here in the fourth quarter. Nice little left-handed baby hook off the mark, and Nicole Nesby brings it down. Achmoody throws it down, baseball pass down the floor. Shot goes up, and Palte was hit hard. She's going to go to the line and shoot two.
Yeah, Kendall Palte took some contact there, but I really do think that Sadie Niemeyer took the brunt of that one as Palte was trying to work her way back to the inside to get a better position underneath the basket, and Niemeyer took a lot of contact.
Yeah, you can tell she's not feeling right now. She is really struggling to catch her breath, and she went down hard.
And to just kind of pour salt into the wound, then she also gets charged with the foul that sends Palte to the free throw line.
So Kendall Palte has 4 for the night. She tries to extend that lead at 32-30 with 6:48 to go here in the fourth quarter. Shot is up, and it's off. Oh, it's good. I thought it looked like it was going to bounce out there, Nate. That gets the friendly roll, and the Bulldogs will take it. They lead 33-30 on the Hawker Drywall scoreboard.
Yeah, a little bit of a weird spin on that one, but it ended up paying off as Kendall Palte got it to go down.
Palte lets the second one fly, and she's 2 for 2 from the line. Makes it 34-30 on the Hawker Drywall scoreboard. Palte's got 6 on the night. And they're going to say a travel there by Minster, and it's going to go back to Columbus Grove. And now I feel like right now, Nate, with 6:45 to go here in the fourth quarter, a crucial time, not the most important possession, but certainly a possession Coach Schrader wants them to take their time and get the best shot available.
Oh, without a doubt. Smeezing that time just lost it as she went to get up or go up with it, and then gathered it back in as she went down. That led to the turnover. Kendall Palte
it's got blood on
her, so she's going to have to go to the sideline as they'll have to sub her out as she gets treated quickly. So she's been very active for Columbus Grove, really been the catalyst for a lot of their turnovers and extra possessions.
Achmoody brings it in. She's going to get a 3 look. A shot goes up, and it's good. Achmoody with a big-time 3 makes it 37-30 with 6:35 to go in the fourth quarter. The biggest lead of the night for the Grove Bulldogs. There's a near turnover, and they do get the turnover, and they're going to say a foul. They're going to get a foul, and that's going to go against number 14. That is Allison Thompson. And, boy, that was just an effort foul, as I call it.
Yeah, and that last score by Columbus Grove, that worked so well that it almost looked like it was designed play to get Achmoody out of bounds as Palte left. It was perfectly drawn up. Achmoody did such a great job of executing, and it looks like we're going to have a timeout on the floor.
We'll take a timeout on the booth. You're watching high school basketball on WASN. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. Danny Hilbert, Nate Garlock from the Elida Fieldhouse with 6:32 to go here in the fourth quarter. The Columbus Grove Bulldogs lead this one 37-30. And boy, those Grove students are having a good time. They're jumping and dancing and screaming and hollering, and fun environment here at the Fieldhouse tonight.
Oh, without a doubt, an absolutely packed gym. No room for anybody else in there, right? They got it completely packed to the gills, and that student section having a lot of fun here tonight as they just watch their Bulldogs go on another 7-0 run to take a 37-30 lead.
So here come the Minster Wildcats. They get it over to Reese Albers. She's knocked down a couple threes tonight for the Wildcats. There's a 3 from the top of the key, and it's good. Boy, she didn't hesitate on that one. She let that one fly and knocks it in to make it 37-33. Sadie Niemeyer with a big-time triple.
Yeah, Niemeyer was left all alone. Nice job using the screen to free her up and taking advantage of all of that space.
Here come the Bulldogs. They go right to left, bringing it down. They lead this one 37-33. A lot of pressure on the ball as they double-team Thompson. They try to get it down to Nicole Nesby. And nice job there by Minster. You saw that Elise Fortman got double-teamed on the wing there trying to get it to Nesby. So Kendall Palte will trigger the ball right in front of the Grove bench. And look at when Achmoody runs across the floor, they double-team her. They get a nice job there of Palte of running back off the screen. Nicole Nesby found a cutter, and she gets the ball to her, and she loses it. Here come the Minster Wildcats down 37-33.
Yeah, it looked like the set play was going to work that time. Paulty came free on that screen. It was a good defense by Minster to be able to get that block.
This is Kayla Schmeezing out top, swinging the ball over to Reese Albers on the right side, and she's going to be fouled. And that foul's going to be going against Aubrey Schrader. 37-33 on the Hawker driveway scoreboard, and that is Schrader's third foul game.
Schrader with 4 points. She got the scoring underway for Columbus Grove, but since then it's been kind of quiet.
And there's a near steal there. You saw what a great job by Achmoody, who came around the backside, and she just throws it behind her back. And here come the Minster Wildcats, everybody trying to get the loose ball, and the Grove Bulldogs end up with it. Allison Thompson got it, and she almost got it by default. She was in the right place at the right time. There's a near travel. Paulty with the three from the left side, misses everything, and the Wildcats bring it down, and it goes out of bounds, and it's going to go back to Minster.
There's just a lot of hectic play going on right now. I mean, these girls, they are going after it. We're seeing, a little bit of extra things on each side of the floor, throwing the ball away. I think Achmoody thought she had Kendall Paulty back there, but didn't get the right angle. Then Minster gives it up on the other end, and then they come down. You get the near travel. Just so much going on here as we start to wind this one down.
Great job of Albers of just getting down the floor, and she scores, and she's going to be fouled and go to the Lee's Famous Recipe free throw line. A chance for an old-fashioned three, and she has had a heck of a night.
Either one of these teams going away. Minster's had a big lead. Columbus Grove's had a big lead. Minster's answered. Grove opens it back up, and now you have Minster right now on a 5-0 run, trying to make it 6-0, and they do.
And they do. Reese Albers knocks that one in, makes it 37-36 on the Hawker drywall scoreboard. Here comes Achmoody. She is guarded down the floor by Annie Hemmelgarn. Achmoody goes between her legs. She'll kick it back out to the right side. They'll go Nicole Nesby at the high post. Nesby a little bit of twirling around there. She gets triple teamed, and the ball goes off, and it comes back to Minster. And here come the Wildcats, and it's stolen back, and we're going to get a held ball. And that's exactly what the call is.
Looks like the possession arrow will favor Minster, so they're going to keep possession.
4:27 to go here in the fourth quarter. Columbus Grove leads this one 37-36. Right now, Nate, it's all about who can keep their composure as we're seeing both teams struggle on the offensive end.
Well, and we got to see one of these teams has to start consistently not having empty possessions, at least getting shots up, because right now they're going back and forth, but they're just throwing the basketball away.
37-36 as we come near the 4-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Danny Hilbert, Nate Garlock from the Elida Fieldhouse state semifinals. One winner goes on to play in the state championship game. And there's a steal, a near steal, and it comes back to Minster. And they'll go back top side. This is Albers, and she kicks it back out. Thought about taking a long three, and she'll dribble drive with the left hand and knocks it in. And Minster reclaims the lead at 38-37, and they get a steal. And here they come with 3:45 to go.
What a great heads-up play. Just kind of threw it at the basket that time. Didn't really think that was going to have much of a chance to go in, but it goes down for two, and then immediately getting the turnover, looking to seize all the momentum here.
And Minster's going to take a timeout with 3:39 to go. We'll step aside. You're watching high school basketball on WOSN. Tonight's presenting sponsor is Critton Aerial Application, providing you with custom liquid and granular crop applications, all from our innovative drone system. Videos and information on our Facebook page, Critton Aerial Applications. So here we go, Nate, 37-38. Minster takes the lead again. Columbus Grove held them off most of the third and fourth quarter, but Minster with a 1-point lead.
Yeah, an 8-0 run right now for the Wildcats. They have the basketball, looking to see if they can't extend this lead just by a little bit more.
And they get the ball down low, but a steal there by Achmoody, and she's double teamed in the corner and throws it off of the defender. Lauren Achmoody got double. She had no choice but to do that.
Yeah, it was a great heads-up play by Achmoody, just to be able to take that one away and get another turnover. And then when she knew she was in trouble and had nowhere to go, again, it's that senior mentality, able to throw that off of the Minster player to make sure that her team maintained possession.
So Achmoody with the ball. Step back three from the right side. It's off the mark, and a great rebound by Paulty. Paulty gets it out, and they lose the ball, and it goes back to Minster. So Paulty come in from the foul line with a great rebound, but they throw it away.
Kendall Pulte has been all over the floor right from the beginning, doing all those little things. That was another great example of that, but unfortunately for Columbus Grove, they just couldn't cash in.
So here comes Minster. They lead this one 38-37, and we've saw them with their patient offensive sets, and I don't believe they're going to be in any hurry to shoot the ball right now, Nate.
Well, they look to be kind of being able to move the ball quickly. We're going to have another foul here.
We're going to get a foul, you're right.
And, I mean, that's kind of the problem with either one of these teams right now not trying to score. The passes have been getting picked off all game long. The defenses have done a great job of reading them, being able to jump into those passing lanes to get things going back the other way. If you get into stall mode here and you move the ball and pass it too much, you're going to turn it over like we saw just right there.
Here comes Achmoody. She's guarded by Annie Hemmelgarn from the Wildcats. And Achmoody goes to the right side, and Coach Schrader is going to take a timeout. We got a timeout on the floor with 2:48 to go in a one-point game. You're watching high school basketball on WOSN. Our premier sponsor for Minster tonight is the Minster Bank, sponsoring the youth in our communities. 2:48 to go from the Elida Fieldhouse. Minster leads this one 38-37. Back and forth we go, Nate. We'd like this one to last for a long time, but one team's going to win, one team's going to go home.
I mean, the physicality of this game has just been
over the top.
Yeah, I mean, these teams have just been going back and forth.
There's a step back three by Achmoody, and it's off the mark. Rebound comes down, it goes out of bounds, and it's thrown back in, and they're going to say that Reese Albers stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, I think she tried to get rid of it, but just couldn't get rid of it in time. And, you know, look, you gotta imagine that both coaches are going to say when this is done, this wasn't pretty, right? But it doesn't have to be
Doesn't have to be pretty.
You just need to win. You've got to make one more play than the other team right now.
Yeah, Nicole Nesby gets the ball. They tried to run maybe the same play with Achmoody, and she's going to dribble drive to the middle of the floor, kicks it over to Pauley. Pauley with the runner on the right side, and she's going to be fouled. She'll go to the Lee's Famous Recipe free throw line with a chance to give the Bulldogs the 1-point lead.
Columbus Grove continuing to kind of stay in attack mode. Kendall Pulte, I tell you what, I cannot say enough good things about her tonight.
She's been something, hasn't she?
She's been all over the floor. She's been poking the ball away, getting steals, giving her team extra possessions, and right there getting herself to the rim so she got to the free throw line.
She misses the first one. So it'll stay at 37-38 with 2:20 to go here in the fourth quarter.
She made one other trip to the free throw line tonight. That time she was 2 for 2, looking to split them here.
Second one on the way, and she misses that one, and Minster comes down with the rebound, and Columbus Grove all over. There's a steal, and Schrader with the steal puts it in. Aubrey Schrader gives the Bulldogs the 1-point lead. The fabulous freshman comes through again.
Pressure starting to come up. You're seeing Columbus Grove with that pressure defense of theirs, able to force another turnover, give themselves an extra opportunity.
A huge possession right here as we go under the 2-minute mark at 39-38. The Minster Wildcats down one, 39-38. They'll swing it from left to right. Grove in that big zone, pushing that ball out towards the perimeter. Reese Albers on the right side. You got to know where she's at, and we're going to get a – no, she stepped out of bounds. Is that what they're saying?
That's what it looks like, yeah.
Yeah, I think they're saying Reese Albers stepped out of bounds. So a huge mistake there by the Minster Wildcats. And if you're Columbus Grove with a 1-point lead and 1:45 to go in the fourth quarter, you got to feel real fortunate right now.
Well, and who was on the defense pressure right there? It was Kendall Pulte yet again. As she helped force that turnover. Now we're going to have another whistle. This foul.
Ava Stammen, Annie Hemmelgarn, excuse me, and that's her third foul. And it looked like she got her somewhere around the neck or head area. It looked like she scraped her with her hand.
Yeah, I think she was going to try to poke that one away, but instead got a little bit too much contact with Achmoody.
So a nice battle here between Hemmelgarn and Achmoody. And there goes Achmoody, middle of the floor, gets it out. She swings it over and loses the ball. She tried to get it to Kendall Pulte, and a big mistake there by the Grove Bulldogs. Coach Schrader's telling his kids to get back on the defensive end. They got a 1-point lead as we go to the 1:19 mark in the fourth quarter.
Big possession here. This Minster team, they've been able to be patient and get some good looks on the inside. It looks like that's what they're going to try to do again here as they try to spread out and work through this zone defense of Columbus Grove.
Would you be surprised if this game ended on a final shot, Nate, the way it's been played back and forth we go?
I wouldn't, but I mean, that when you have this much time on the clock, it is dangerous to try to rely on one last shot. Minster's not going to. Three-point try.
Say Niemeyer throws up the three, and Achmoody with a big rebound as she races down the floor, and it's stolen. She gets it stolen on the right side. Akmoudi had a chance to bring it down, and she just came on the right side, and she didn't see her.
Yeah, mistake that time by Akmoudi in the sense that she didn't have to rush up the floor. She could have tried to pull it back, hold it, run some more clock, and she never felt that defender coming from behind.
Yeah, we're going to keep it right here. Our premier sponsor for Minster is the Minster Bank, sponsoring the youth in our communities. Our presenting sponsor is Ultimate Outdoor, bringing resort-style living to your backyard every day with a luxury outdoor space by Ultimate Outdoor. And our presenting sponsor is Critton Aerial Application, providing you with custom liquid and granular crop applications, all from our innovative drone systems. Videos and information on our Facebook page, Critton Aerial Applications. All right, Nate, I'm going to put you to the test. There's 40 seconds to go. They're down 1. Are you holding for the last shot, taking the shot with maybe 7, 8 seconds to go in case you can get a rebound? What's your thought process here?
I'm going to run the offense. I'm going to know that we're going to have some time. If the first look that we have isn't there, we can always call another timeout. We can always reset, but I would not stand and hold and try to wait to take the last shot here. I would try to get something going here in our half court, maybe draw up one of our better plays, one we feel confident in, get some points and get the lead.
Can you imagine what's going through the heads of each of these girls with 40 seconds to go and a trip to the state title on the line in a 1-point game? Here come the Minster Wildcats. They'll swing it over to the right side. They'll get it back up top. This is Annie Hemmelgarn. She gets it down low, and they get the shot on the block, and it's good. Addie Inskeep knocks it in. She gives the Minster Wildcats the 1-point lead at 40-39. Here comes Akmoudi. We're down under 20 seconds. Akmoudi thought a step back. She's going to take it in, and she scores, and she's fouled. Lauren Akmoudi with the play of the game. She gets fouled on the dribble drive to the rim.
No timeout by Columbus Grove there. You put it in the hands of your best player. Lauren Akmoudi got down the floor. She went into attack mode. That is who you trust in these moments. You knew that they wanted the ball in her hands. They let her create. That she did, and now she has a chance to make this a 2-point game.
Lauren Akmoudi's got 13 on the night, 11 of those in the second half. She goes to the Lee's Famous Recipe free throw line with a chance to make it a 2-point game, and she misses the shot. Rebound comes down, and it was grabbed by Schrader, and it goes out of bounds, and it's going to go back to the Bulldogs. There's that freshman again, Nate. Unbelievable.
Well, it looked like they were going to try to call a timeout.
That's what I thought, yeah.
I could see Columbus Grove's coach talking to the official. If that shot made, he wanted a timeout. When it went out of bounds, he changes his mind. So Columbus Grove right here going to try to just run this clock. You got to imagine a foul's going to be coming here pretty quick.
Akmoudi with the ball out top, and she's just dribbling the ball, and they get a foul really quick with 9 seconds to go. So Lauren Akmoudi gets fouled on the possession. Woo! This one's got me worn out here.
So that was the 15th foul for Minster. So Akmoudi is going to go to the free throw line. She will be shooting 2 here with 9.1 seconds left to go. 2
huge free throws, Nate. If she knocks in both of these, she makes it a 3-point game. First one on the way, and it's good. Lauren Akmoudi's got 14 on the night, makes it 42-40 on the Hucker Drywall scoreboard.
You know, Akmoudi really has struggled offensively all night long, still with 14, even on a tough night for her, but no bigger shot than this one right here.
Second one on the way, and it's good. The best Minster can do is tie with 9 seconds to go. They're going to take a timeout. We're going to take a timeout. You're watching high school basketball on WOSN. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. So here we go, Nate, 9 seconds to go. Columbus Grove leads this one 43-40. Reese Alberts is going to take the ball out.
Minster going to have to come down quick. There's still plenty of time. They don't have to force a bad shot.
They get it to the corner. Here we
Got
go.
it quickly, too.
We're down to 3 seconds. Grove's defense is stifling right now. They're not going to get a shot off, and that's it. Columbus Grove defeats the Minster Wildcats 43-40, and they will play for a state title. Unbelievable.
A little bit of anticlimactic right there as the defense from Columbus Grove just never gave Minster a chance, and the Bulldogs will move on.
Unbelievable. You watched the start of this game. Columbus Grove had such a hard time getting in an offensive rhythm. You saw Minster go on 7-0 runs a couple of times, and the Grove Bulldogs resiliently come out with a 43-40 win.
Yeah, in this second half, the offense has really got going. You talked about it. You had a 7-0 run by Columbus Grove, a 7-0 run by Minster, another 7-0 run by Columbus Grove, and then an 8-0 run by Minster to give them the 1-point lead. And that's where we kind of stood as we got towards the end of this one. But ultimately, we talked about it a little bit ago. It was going to come down to whichever team made the final play. And in this game, it was Columbus Grove.
And that'll wrap it up from the Elida Fieldhouse for Game 1 as the Columbus Grove Bulldogs defeat the Minster Wildcats 43-40. The Grove Bulldogs will now play for a state championship. For Nate Garlock, I'm Danny Holbrook and our entire WOSN crew saying we'll see you next time. You've been watching high school basketball on WOSN.